Hey guys, welcome back to Just Go With The Flow. I'm GL.
I'm Katie.
And today we're going to be sowing some more seeds. We have here, what do we have?
Herbs, lettuces, greens, and cucumbers.
Yes, cucumbers. We love cucumbers. So we're going to be sowing some herbs. And for the herbs, we use the smolder cells. These ones are 6 cells. And then we transplant them when they get big enough to be transplanted into the garden. So we're gonna start with basil. We usually have a few different types of basil in our garden. The first one we're gonna plant is called Genovese Basil. It's very similar to the Italian basil, perfect for pestos and putting it in salads. So this is gonna be the first one. We again have the little labels. And then we have, okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna start filling these ones up. I guess
we have Thai basil. We like to cook a lot of Thai food or stir fries with Thai basil. And it's also just pretty, and the flowers bring pollinators to the garden. We're gonna grow dark opal basil, which is really pretty too. And another Italian variety, Italian large leaf basil.
Then for the cells, we have these trays that are for like bottom watering. This one has little holes in the bottom. And then you put it in this ones. We put the water here, then this tray goes in and it just absorbs the water from the bottom, which is what you want for seedlings. And then we just put the little 6 cells where are these trays, whatever. And I'm gonna fill them almost like halfway with regular potting soil and top it up with the starting seed mix. So I'm gonna be doing that, and Katie's gonna be showing you some of the other things we're growing. Well, this one's,
I already did it.
Oh, she already did it.
Normally we don't grow that many herbs, but we want to try to grow some more for cooking. We're gonna try to grow triple curled parsley, Calypso Cilantro, and Chinese chives. And all of these herbs we're planning on putting in our green stock planter. It just makes it a little bit easier to control the environment that they're in and harvest them, and then we can keep the green stock on the patio or closer in the shade so those things don't bolt as quickly as they would in the sun. Some of these we might end up putting in bigger pots eventually, maybe like basil. If they get big enough, we can put them in the bigger pots, but for now I think we'll plan on putting them in the green stock, and we can always just propagate from there too. Some of the other things that we have for the green stock are lettuces and greens. So we're gonna do some red sales leaf lettuce and Freckles Romaine lettuce. We also have a variety of radicchio we want to try to grow. And some Swiss chard. We're gonna actually do this rainbow Swiss chard. We're going to try to grow Frisee Endive. We've got a little Gem Butterhead lettuce. And what is this one? Rouge d'Ivre, I have no idea how you say that, leaf lettuce. A free seed from Baker Creek. Shout out to Baker Creek. Another free seed from Baker Creek was the Paris Island Co's romaine lettuce. And then we're also going to try to grow American spinach Some slow bowl arugula. We really love cooking and eating fresh arugula. We also have a Bloomsdale long-standing spinach.
Spinach, I hope we have a better luck growing here. We didn't have good luck growing in San Diego, but we'll see.
Hopefully it's colder here for it. We also have a butter crunch lettuce.
Sounds like the candy.
We have a couple varieties of kale that we picked out to try to grow. We have the blue curled Scotch kale. We have a lacinato or dinosaur kale, which is my favorite variety of kale. We've got red Russian kale. And then we have Fordhook giant Swiss chard.
Now we had a good...
I think that got mixed up. The other Swiss chard was somewhere else. And then this red romaine lettuce. And those are all the greens and lettuces and herbs that we're going to try to grow in the green stock. We're going to start them in the smaller cells, and hopefully by the time they're ready for transplant, we can transplant them directly into the green stock as opposed to having to pot them up. We just like to get them started before putting them in the green stock, even though we could direct sow them. In our experience, watering the green stock is a little tricky, and keeping the soil moist enough for germination is tough, but it's easier to control in these trays than it is in there. So we like to start them here and get them a good start. And then once they have pretty long roots, we can transplant them, and they should be able to access more of the water within the green stock planter. If you're not familiar with the green stock vertical planter, there's a mechanism to it. It's stacked tiers with about 6 pockets in each, and you water it from the top, and it fills up the top, and then it slowly drips down through holes through each tier. And we kind of had a struggle with that in San Diego, just keeping it moist enough with the dry, kind of warm weather, and making sure that it distributes enough of that water evenly, because there is a drain tube at the bottom, and sometimes if you fill it really quickly and it doesn't absorb well into the soil in each of the pockets, it kind of drains straight through to that tube, and then we're wasting water. So here we're going to try to recapture that runoff water, but also try to fill the green stock with soil that has maybe a little more peat moss and core in it and stuff like that to hold on to the moisture, especially with how dry it is out here. We just want to make sure that we're not wasting any water at all. So yeah, we're just gonna fill these pockets then and sow some seeds.
Okay, so we're done filling up the tray with the soil and the starting mix. Now we're gonna go and soak it up with water. That way, when we go to plant the seed, it has enough moisture so the seed can germinate. So we're gonna plant some seeds. guys, so we're done planting the lettuces, some kale, spinaches, and what else are we put here? Kale, basil, and we only took half of the tray. I mean, not even. So, of course, we're gonna plant more. So Katie's picking out, what did you get over there?
I'm picking out some flowers and some more herbs because we had only done, I don't know why we didn't pick out that many herbs, but I want more. So I'm pulling out the rest of the herbs and just a sample of flowers because we have a lot of flower seeds and there's no way we have room for any of these because we did not plan for these.
Yeah, and I mean, since we have the whole tray like ready, might as well just plant, and then we always figure out where to put things. Most times we end up buying either more pots. Back in San Diego we had to build new beds like every year because we planned for what we had, but then of course we wanted more. So guess we're keeping with the trend. So yeah, we're gonna do that, finish planting those, and we'll plant some. So we're done planting the seeds. We're gonna plant this tray is mostly the herbs, the lettuces, kale, some spinach. We still have some space, so I'm sure we're gonna find something to plant. And we're gonna be recording other videos planting all the rest of the stuff that we need to plant. So make sure to
like, subscribe, and comment below all of the YouTube things, and stick around and join us while we set up our garden.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.